Hi guys and welcome to Friday Night Gas, the podcast with Gas. This is Hot Takes with your happy and humble host, as always, Jamie. And today, we're looking at the problem with Harry Maguire. Harry Jacob Maguire, born March 5th, 1993. He's currently a centre-back, ex-Manchester United captain and Manchester United player. 2 weeks ago, it seemed his Manchester United hell was over and he was London bound to join West Ham in a £30 million deal that not only meant a fresh start for Maguire, but also freed up vital funds and a chance for Manchester United to dip once again into the transfer market for another centre-back. A centre-back that would fit Erik ten Hag's new model of Manchester United. This, unfortunately, now looks like it's dead. Another deal in the Manchester United graveyard of transfers. But how did it get so bad? Yeah, how the fuck did it get so bad? Harry, you were meant to be the chosen one. The fucking hell happened? Born in Sheffield, Harry Maguire was spotted playing football at St Mary's Catholic High School. He trained at Sheffield United from the age of 7 to 16 as a central midfielder. A fucking central midfielder? Making his debut in 2011, Maguire put a man-of-the-match performance on for the Blades against Cardiff City, but could not stop them from being relegated at the end of the season. Later that year, Maguire would burst into the first team, scoring against Oldham Athletic on the opening day of the 11-12 season. It helped Sheffield United push for a promotion from League One. He was named both Young Player and Players Player of the Year in the awards at the end of that season. From 2012 to 14, he was first choice centre-back, making 100 appearances at just 19 years old, and in June 2014, Sheffield turned down a £1 million transfer from Hull City and an improved bid of £1.5 million from Wolverhampton Wanderers. Can you imagine Maguire at the fucking Wolves in the old gold, eh? Fucking would have suited him down to the ground, although saying that, they'd have probably sold him this season. On the 29th of July, Maguire signed for Hull for £2.5 million and would debut in the UEFA Europa League qualifier against Lokeren of Belgium, in which Hull would lose 1-0. He would later debut for Hull in December, but then he was loaned out again in February, only making 6 appearances for Hull on a 1-month loan to Wigan. The loan was extended to the end of the season, while Hull unfortunately were relegated back to the Championship from the Premier League. At the end of a long championship season in 2015-16, Hull won promotion with a playoff win against Sheffield United, where he'd play the final minute of that game. Under the management of ex-United number 2 and player Mike Phelan, Maguire again would become a regular starter, but unfortunately, Hull would again be relegated, even though Maguire won Player of the Year. I mean, it's a fucking accolade, I suppose. On the 15th of June, Maguire would look for a move again, signing for Leicester in a £12 million deal, rising up to £17 million with add-ons. He'd debut against Arsenal in a 4-3 loss, but then would go on to score his first goal for the Foxes in a win over Brighton and Hove Albion. He was awarded the Players Player and the Fans Player of the Year award at the end of that season. Amidst all the plaudits he was receiving, bigger clubs were now starting to look at the centre-back, who was now established in the Premier League, as well as being an integral part of England and Gareth Southgate's amazing European and World Cup run. Honestly, fucking magical. Every time England are fucking there or thereabouts and I'm on the piss with the boys, I've got the videos and the pictures to fucking prove it. It's an absolute fucking mazza. Come on, England. In 2019-20, United made an initial bid of £70 million for the defender, a year after United originally backed down because the same fee had been rejected and was deemed too high. Leicester rejected this and Manchester United again went in for Harry for a whopping £80 million. This transfer fee was higher than Virgil van Dijk's to Liverpool. When you look at it in that context, it's fucking balmy. Leicester, laughing all the way to the fucking bank at this point, accepted, and on August the 5th the deal was complete and made him the world's most expensive defender. Like I said, fucking balmy. Maguire's debut went perfectly. He starred in the 4-0 drubbing of Chelsea and got man of the match. In January, he was named club captain after Ashley Young left the squad to join Inter Milan. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's faith was eventually misplaced, but for now, everything seemed rosy in the Old Trafford Garden. Maguire would then score his first Manchester United goal against Tranmere Rovers in the 6-0 win in the FA Cup. And this would follow up with a winning goal against Norwich in the quarter-final of the FA Cup, with United winning 2-1. Maguire eventually captained United to third and played every game of United's league campaign, setting a new record for Manchester United and for a Manchester United player since 1995. This impressive feat would continue into the following season, where Maguire would play 71 consecutive games for United until he was finally substituted when he received an ankle injury against Leeds in a 0-0 draw on the 9th of May. Now, I'm not saying it was because of Leeds, but it was probably because of fucking dirty Leeds. Let's be honest. On August 21st, 2020, Maguire was arrested on the Greek island of Mykonos, spending 2 days detained. On August 25th, Maguire was convicted and found guilty of aggravated assault, resisting arrest and attempted bribery. He was given a suspended jail term of 21 months and 10 days, as it was his first offence and the charges were deemed misdemeanours. It was reported Maguire's lawyers would contest this, and the pending case has been delayed until potentially 2028. So basically, in a nutshell, Maguire was a bit of a naughty fucking boy, got pissed off, police tried to arrest him, and he turned around to him and went, "Do you know who I am? Harry, not on a fucking Greek island, son." In 2021, Manchester United finished 6th with their lowest points tally since the Premier League was formulated, and Maguire was under increasing scrutiny from his peers, pundits and fans. Cracks were beginning to show in the centre-back's armour, and this wasn't going unnoticed. Ole stuck with his captain throughout all the charges and the season, a captain who was losing his grip on the team and the league itself. A once promising centre-back, lauded by his peers, especially for his contributions in the England shirt, was in immediate danger of losing his credibility, his starting place, and eventually his captaincy. Enter Erik ten Hag, a no-nonsense Dutch master who had previously won the Eredivisie with Ajax the season before he came to Old Trafford. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and his boys' club were out, and the F era had begun. With a clean slate, a new start under a new manager, the centre-back would routinely struggle to find form and would become the target of fans and pundits once again, to the point Maguire was subjected to a bomb threat in 2022. F would tire of this and recruit Lisandro Martinez and the habitual winning mentality of Rafael Varane, and would replace Maguire with his formidable pairing, while not stripping Maguire of the captain's armband. The only bomb that went off was the one at the fucking back. Maguire, you were shit that season. This leads us to now, a player who's clearly being managed out of the club. A player who does not want to go either because he believes he's worthy of his spot or because of payout he feels he deserves. A payout that was increased because United qualified for the Champions League in a campaign he had very little to do with. If the rumours are true, it's believed to be nearly £15 million worth of payments, and that's for his last 2 years at the club. While I agree he's entitled to what he's owed, I also agree that he's holding the club to ransom, and regardless of his contract, he's not just hampering the club, but he's also hampering his chances at first team football. First team football he desperately needs to ensure his place in the England team is secure for the next year in Germany. With other young defenders coming through, Maguire must act now. Is it greed? Is it because he truly wants to prove himself? Is it because Southgate would play him even if he was rotting on the bench? Only Harry knows, and as a Manchester United fan, I just want him to get a move. Not only to better the club, but to give him a chance at a new start elsewhere. As it stands right now, he seems not to care, so why the fuck should I? We can't move on until you've moved on. Do you not get it, Harry? This only goes one way, and once the fans turn, your number's up. The ball's in your court, mate. We've nearly cleared the decks of the Woodward era, and unfortunately, you're next on the list. I wish him well, but not here at Manchester United. And that's basically all there is to it, guys. So that's how it started, and this is how it's ending. He's currently at Manchester United. He's currently still a Manchester United player. He could have gone to West Ham. He could have been their talisman. He could have been the centre-back. Probably could have been captain eventually. But he's chose to stay at Man United. Now, Harry, I've got no personal issue with you. And in the Manchester United shirt, you've done some great things. But you've also done some horrendous defending at the same time. You were one of Ollie's boys. You were one of our boys. But unfortunately, we're getting to the era now where Ten Hag doesn't need you anymore. And even as backup, we're using Luke Shaw and Lindelof. It's a shame because, let's be honest, when Harry Maguire first came to Manchester United, I was a huge fan. He'd done massively well for England, done pretty good for Leicester, and he looked tidy. At one point, I said he was the third, I think, best centre-back in the world. And on his England exploits, I was probably right. But on his club exploits, and from what we've seen now, I'm completely and utterly wrong. Harry, this move will better you, it will better the club, and it will let both teams part ways. Now, unfortunately, your time's up at Manchester United, and rather than it going really wrong and becoming really toxic at Old Trafford, like we've seen with other things that we don't want at the club, Glazers out, I think it's time to move on, mate. Negate the money, Go and play your football elsewhere. And good luck to you. And I say that on behalf of all Manchester United fans, because I genuinely think, at the heart of it, it's not your fault, and we want you to do better. And that's my hot take. Let me know what you think. This is Friday Night Gas. Please check out our podcast on Friday. We'll be doing a live one from Blackpool, and myself and Lum will be here. There'll be plenty of videos, plenty of transfer tips and bits and pieces. We'll update you on where we are in the league, and also there'll be a couple of pics and videos from the nights out. So yeah, we will see you then. It's going to be fucking wild. As always, I'm your happy and humble host, Jay, and this is Friday Night Gas and my hot take. Peace.